Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, these are the Kop Diaries, a chance for me to play with Liverpool last season. The goal was very simple: create a Salah-specific tactic that sees him banging as many goals as possible. To that end, we want to congratulate Salah for achieving a whole series of awards last season. Let's run through these. He received the Golden Shoe Award, the Best Player in Europe Award, the Supporters Player of the Year Award. He was also won the Golden Boot in the European Champions, named in the Dream Team, Footballer of the Year for the Premiership, Player of the Year in the Premiership, the top goal scorer in the Premiership, the 2018 English Premier Division member of the best team. Oh man, the accolades just keep coming for the boy. So he's had a fantastic season. We've already won the Community Shield, winners of the Champions League. He's got the FA Cup to his name as well as the Premier League title. So a member of that elite group of players that have scored more than 13 goals in the Champions League. He scored 15 last season, couldn't break Ronaldo's record. 62 goals in the whole season if you count the two international goals. If you take that out of the equation, he scored 60 goals for us last season. That's just crazy. I mean, this guy was banging in the goals. Now this is the thing I don't like. All right, when it comes to this page, I really dislike this page with a vengeance. Why? Because it doesn't tell you all his goals. It just tells you the Premier League goals. So Premier League goals, he scored 38. And you won't be able. I mean, you probably could go back and try, but you'd have to hunt them down. So last season he had a 62% on average. This season he's already started by scoring 2 goals in the World Cup African qualifying section. And speaking about the World Cup, let's find out what happened in the World Cup, right? So in the World Cup itself, the winners of the World Cup ended up being Brazil, 2018 World Cup. In the group stages, this is how it finished: Italy, Russia, Iran, Egypt. Salah's Egypt only managed to win one game. They lost two. They didn't make it through to the next round. Here then we had Slovenia. Slovenia had a fantastic World Cup. 2 wins at the start. They drew against South Korea. Argentina, strangely, one defeat coming at the hands of Slovenia, finishing second. Brazil, no defeats in their qualifiers. They had a relatively okay group. They got past Brazil and Mexico, top the table. Over in Group E, Portugal failed to make it through to the next round. Algeria pipping them to the second spot. And lo and behold, Group F, Cape Verde through to the next round, beating Austria and Saudi Arabia to that right. England, are we ever surprised? They lost twice. They lost to Uruguay and to Croatia. That kept them out from the next round. Uruguay, Croatia making it through. Spain and Germany no surprises there. They made it through to the next round. So in the second round, Argentina knocked out Italy. Slovenia lost to Russia. Brazil 5-4 winners over Colombia. Brazil did play a 4-2-3-1 draw the competition. Cape Verde got knocked out by Poland. France beating Mexico. Belgium, tight affair. Tight match against Algeria. Germany beating Uruguay, and Spain knocking out Croatia, leading to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals, which France, Argentina quarterfinal, Brazil, Russia, Poland, Spain. Poland edging out Spain in the penalty shootout, and Germany making it past Belgium. And in the semi-finals, France and Brazil set themselves up for a spot for the final honors. Brazil beat France, and the top goal scorer of the World Cup came from Colombia. Douglas Costa, who had 5 goals. Eden Hazard with 4 goals. So the winners of the World Cup, Brazil. Away in Russia. Now, what about Liverpool? Now, Liverpool, if you're familiar with them in real life, they got Naby Keita coming in 2018. So we don't get any transfer money. So the only way I can get money, because they use the transfer fees to pay for him. So we didn't get any transfer budget at the end of the season, which was a kind of a surprise to me. I didn't expect that. I was like, whoa. So I pushed all the excess transfer money that I had, which was about 10 million. I pushed it into the wage budget. And then I discovered I can't sign anybody because we only have, my God, I'm saying it, 10 million and we can't sign anybody. What kind of a manager am I? But honestly, don't really need to sign anybody for Liverpool. We got Naby Keita coming in, so that kind of fills that hole up in midfield. Liverpool's weakness at the moment is central midfield. We did plug the weakness Liverpool had in goal with the signing of Gianluigi Donnarumma, who was a fan's favourite last season. So 17 aerial reach, reflexes 17. I mean, seriously, do I really need to go and sign somebody else? Gianluigi Donnarumma, number one player for us. And then we signed Matthijs de Ligt. So I don't really need to go out and make any more signings. Adam Lallana is somebody I want to release. We had an offer for Sadio Mane. I managed to agree £106 million for a transfer. Sadio Mane, he would have gone to Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich and Sadio Mane couldn't come to agreement over the contract terms. So Sadio Mane stays. It's not my problem. So I agree. He can go if he wants to. Joel Matip wants a new deal to reflect his ability. Now, this is the other thing about Liverpool. Okay, Liverpool's problem historically has they've never been able to keep their best players. I mean, let's not talk about Steven Gerrard. Let's talk about talented players that come through their ranks. Eventually, they want to leave because Liverpool does not pay its players a lot of money. I mean, 115,000, 120,000 is what you can expect. You look at this. Naby Keita was signed on a key player contract for £120,000. That was locked in. So you can imagine a key player for Liverpool is £120,000. So what did I do? I went and moved the wage budget because I want to keep these players. So Mo Salah has been moved to a key player. I got him a new contract, 275,000. I don't care. In my head, if I want to make Liverpool into the powerhouse club where players want to come, then I've got to make the salaries reflect that. In order for me to do that, I do need to keep the success going for the club. Eventually, of course, we want to sell. Now, if I have them on a high wage budget, it's easier for me to clear them for 140 to 150 million because they are expensive. So, moving over to a new club, there's going to be a challenge there as well. So, Sadio Mane, interestingly enough, I was willing to let him go to Bayern Munich. He's on £100,000 a week, but apparently he couldn't come to agreement on contract terms. So very surprised, very very surprising. I given Firmino a new contract, so he's now on 200,000. Donnarumma, we signed him 250,000. I wasn't shy about giving him a massive contract. Salah is on 275. That makes them the highest paid players in the club. I do not intend to make everybody a 200,000 player. So only some of the key players are going to be in that category. Now, if I'm looking at my key players, another key player here I'm having a lot of question marks about is Nathaniel Klein. Now, he's very good. Don't get me wrong. He's very talented. However, we have a slight problem in the sense that I've got Joe Gomez has been playing well in that position, and so has Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I want to really depend on my youngsters, and I want to develop Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think this guy has the potential to be a really good fullback. So he's got a lot of room to grow, and so I'm not prepared to give. Look at this. Nathaniel Klein is a key player on £75,000 a week. So this is something that we need to address. If we renegotiate contract, I'm going to drop him down to a first team player and see whether he'll accept that. Another player that I'm looking at I had to renegotiate his contract is Adam Lallana. He's a key player at £110,000. He does keep getting injured. He's injured again. He got injured in pre-season. Adam Lallana has to go because he's not that good. To be honest with you, I mean, Ben Woodburn is better than Adam Lallana. My Ben Woodburn, who's a hot prospect, he's got more going for him than Adam Lallana, and I prefer him. So I intend to develop players like Ben Woodburn, Dominic Solanke, basically develop the youngsters in the club and use them more. Players like Daniel Sturridge, Divock Origi, Danny Ward, they're all gonna go. I mean, They're either going to go on loan. I'm going to just going to release them. Shei Ojo, very talented player in the Liverpool ranks, doesn't get enough matches, so I'm going to have to start playing him. Harry Wilson, also another good player that we have to start playing. So there are players in the youth team that we have to turn to and use them. Grabara is a goalkeeper who should be given a chance when I can, along with other players like Marko Grojcic. Now, we have two players I inherited who have got work permit problems, so we're going to have to hope that eventually these players get work permits, but the only way they're going to get a work permit if the national team starts taking notice. So they're on loan, and I hope that clubs find them. You know, I think they're worth I don't know, worth using. So we're gonna have to have some players on loan. We're hoping these players get picked up. I mean, with a name like Herbie Kane, I definitely want to try and use him more often. Yes, I have a thing for names. I can't help it. I love having some fun names in my club. But what about the wage budget? I have raised my wage budget. So, but if you look at this, my transfer budget is 3.837. My wage budget is currently 3.350. It leaves me only 300. The room is only about 150k. Can't afford that, so we're gonna bump it all the way down bump it all the way up to 3.4, and we'll leave it like this because honestly, we're not done with contract negotiations. There are going to be some players whose contracts I need to look at a bit more closely and bump them up or knock them down. Like, for example, this guy in the long run. Tactically, we're going to be using the same system we've used all the way. Now, Adam Lallana, Dejan Lovren, Nathaniel Klein. Nathaniel Klein will have to, I have to give him a few chances to prove his worth at the club. So we're going to put him on, give him a chance to play this game. Omri Chan is suspended thanks to his antics last season. Got sent off in one game. We kind of did a lot of damage to ourselves towards the end of last season. We had a FA Cup final against Arsenal where we played in 9 men. We had the Champions League final match where we played with 10 men. The good thing here is we managed to win both the games. All right. Start of the season is the first game of this. I mean, I won't call it. This isn't really the first game. We've already played the Community Shield. We won that. This, of course, is the Super Cup. Yes, Super Cup of all, European Super Cup between Liverpool and Arsenal. That means Arsenal won the Europa Cup. That's good news. That means England has one more spot in the Champions League. Aubameyang to Kolasinac to Chervi. So with Naby Keita playing in the centre as a ball-winning midfielder, can we continue our winning ways? Arsenal last season, FA Cup was a tough FA Cup match. Salah so far has already scored 2 goals, but they don't really count. Community Shield, I don't think it's counted. Klein, can he lay up across? He does. Salah gets a Henderson to Gini Wijnaldum. Woodburn can't do much with that. Matip plays it out to Nathaniel Klein, looks for Salah, but Salah is offside. Right, Petr Cech carrying a knock. Kolasinac, he's under pressure. They have to clear the ball in a hurry. Aubameyang, now he is lightning fast, and he manages to get a cross in. Lacazette to Mesut Ozil. This is good work by Arsenal. Their first chance inside the box. That's not too bad. So this season, what am I going to do? Now I got Klein, I got Joe Gomez, and I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. So if one of my fullbacks grabs the attention, if one of those right backs gets the attention of a big club, we're letting him go. Kolasinac, Ozil. It's amazing that Liverpool actually have 3 world-class fullbacks in their ranks on the right flank. Mo Salah free. At least buys us a corner. So we're using the same tactic, no tweaks. We're not going to have like Karamba or any other system. We're just going to use this system. And officially, I'm still thinking about the name. So feedback, guys. Let me know what names you think are going to be cool. We are going to finally christened this tactic because I'm not going to change it, and it will be available in the FF Tactics Handbook, which is going to be released very soon. This will feature updates to a few tactics. I'm going to add, I think, 2 or 3 more tactics to this handbook. So you should keep on following the channel, and you will subscribe to the the shows, and I will announce it on one of the shows where the link is. Called Koscielny to Hector Bellerin. So far, look at that was Andy Robertson. Aubameyang is true. Klein, what a last-ditch challenge by Nathaniel Klein. Making a case for himself, but Alexandre Lacazette, we're not used to. Well, we were down a goal to Arsenal last season in the FA Cup. He came back to win that. Henderson to Virgil van Dijk to Henderson, Klein wins that ball. Woodburn, Kolasinac to Chervy, back to Ozil. Gini Wijnaldum to Mo Salah looks for Firmino. Petr Cech being put under some pressure. Klein to Naby Keita, plays it back to Matip. Andy Robertson to Keita, finds Woodburn to Firmino, he tried, but he didn't come off. Then it'll pass for Salah. 20 minutes in, I'm not too concerned. This is the Supercup. It would be good to start our campaign off with a trophy. Woodburn, Van de Beek, free kick to be taken by Andy Robertson, plays it to Gini Wijnaldum, looks for Mo Salah. Mo Salah comes in from Joel Matip, but it's a free kick to Arsenal. Are we going to start the season? I mean, come on, boys. Kolasinac plays it out wide to Lacazette crossing the ball. Nathaniel Klein to Matip. Woodburn plays it out to Roberto Firmino. Comes away with the ball. Salah is onside. Salah crossing the ball. Oh! It's a great last-ditch tackle by Hector Bellerin. Takes it away from Ben Woodburn, who should have scored. This is Gini Wijnaldum. Wild. Petr Cech. We're going to shout, demand more. Klein with the ball to Salah. Salah to Firmino. Firmino back to Woodburn. Woodburn plays it to Matip. Matip to Gini Wijnaldum to Firmino. Henderson. Liverpool are somehow or another. It's not as free flowing as it was last season. Last season we felt the system was a bit more fluid in attack. Free kick from Virgil van Dijk into the box. Chervy will pick the pieces up. Kolasinac has to take the ball wide. Under pressure, Virgil van Dijk. Klein. Xhaka to Aubameyang. I'm going to make one more change at the start of the second half. I'm going to take off Ben Woodburn and bring on Sadio Mane. All right, team talk time. Tactically, Woodburn for Sadio Mane. Wijnaldum to Bobby Firmino, plays it out to Nathaniel Klein, crossing it, Koscielny, Gina. Oh, it's a corner. Pieces, man. We're playing. I feel as if we're just playing in. It's so disjointed, our style of football. Gini Wijnaldum out from wide. So Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1. Dominic Solanke on the bench, itching to go. Hector Bellerin plays it to Hendrik Mkhitaryan. Andy Robertson does brilliantly. Roberto Firmino back to Mane. It's a chance for a counter. And Salah is off. Salah shoots, but Petr Cech makes a save. Yep. It's coming. I can smell the goal. It's coming. Corner. Andy Robertson takes that. Ace to Gini Wijnaldum. Plays it to Salah. Salah shoots. Another block. Kolasinac with the block. Shervy. Counter attack from Arsenal. Are they going to do it to Liverpool? No. They missed the chance to make it a 2-goal lead. Is this going to be costly for Arsenal? They paid the price a few times this season against us. Petr Cech, goal kick. Van de Beek. It's Nathaniel Klein releasing Mo Salah. Mo Salah brings the ball up and plays Mane in. Mane will find Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson with a chance to find Mane. Mane squares it to Joe Henderson. Firmino. It's well worked. It's Liverpool 1. Arsenal 1. Oh, that was brilliantly done by Liverpool. They played simple passes that moved the Arsenal team around, and they managed to get the goal. Mane to Henderson. Henderson passing it to Firmino, and they just didn't know where the ball was. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. Back in it, Liverpool. We've been the more dominant side. Kolasinac to Henrik Mkhitaryan. Shervy with the ball. Looks over the top for Aubameyang, who comes in, shoots into the safe hands of Donnarumma. Okay. I don't feel so annoyed anymore. But still, Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. Shervy. This is the curtain raiser for the Continental Club competitions. De Ligt to Matip. Matip to Gini Wijnaldum. Plays it to Mane. Mane holds it up. Gets it to Henderson. Henderson finds Klein. Normally it's Henderson looking for Salah, but this time Klein gets free. Salah lays up. Oh, it's a second goal. It's a brilliant second goal for Bobby Firmino, but this was well worked. Again, another good move. Klein goes down the line, and look at this. We've got all the Liverpool players in the box. Salah is unmarked, but they got no choice. He's got to. Koscielny has to stay on Bobby Firmino. But then the moment Salah gets the ball, he peels away, leaving Bobby free. And that was Henderson playing to Bobby Firmino. And Liverpool make it a 2-1 scoreline. And that's it. It took some time. Arsenal have changed their system. They've dropped Van de Beek into a defensive midfielder slot in order for them to prevent the runs we are creating in the center of their defense. Donnarumma plays it to De Ligt to Matip to Henderson. Mane out. It goes to Robertson. Well, there's a slight difference between having Ben Woodburn and Sadio Mane on the pitch. Over the top, Aubameyang. Oh, he's gonna have to do work. He's gonna have to hold it up. He gets Hector Bellerin, but the boys, Liverpool will love. They will love dealing with crosses all day long, because we have the players that can deal with crosses. Hector Bellerin to Henrik Mkhitaryan to Lacazette. This is very fast football, but short, not easy opportunities for them. Naby Keita with the free kick. Oh, cleared off the line. Henrik Mkhitaryan with a chance to counter, but Gini Wijnaldum is there to hold them back. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. Liverpool coming back to take this match. Right. What changes did we make? We went wider to encourage a bit more work down the flanks, and we also made two substitutions in the game. One was a true necessity, Virgil van Dijk, and the other one was tactical. Ben Woodburn coming off for Sadio Mane. Donnarumma to De Ligt, playing it to Matip, now to Henderson. The options, they're not going to lose the ball there. Andy Robertson with the ball. He couldn't get it to the Mazzala. Robertson back to Donnarumma, holding on to the ball. Coolness by my keeper. De Ligt. Henderson now. Back to De Ligt. Back to Donnarumma. Looks of Klein. And this is good work from our keeper. Matip on hand to cut out the cross. We've got about 15 more seconds left. And Arsenal are looking to level the match and take it to extra time, but there's no chance. Liverpool have done everything they needed to do. It's full time. Yes, and Liverpool have won this after going down to an early goal from Arsenal. But we've added another trophy to our cabinet. We are now, we've lifted the Super Cup, having beaten Arsenal at the Lilikula Stadium, wherever that is. It's okay. So I'm happy. Yeah, not too bad. So the problem right now is all these people. Origi wants to have a chat. Sturridge wants to have a chat. They all want to play, but they're all gonna go on loan. And yeah, Daniel Sturridge, you're on loan because I honestly don't see you being a part of this phenomenal Liverpool side. Uh, yeah, I could play Daniel Sturridge, but I'm gonna put him on loan because uh, yeah, we've got Dominic Solanke and we've got Danny Ings, and I rather use them. If I can, I'll rather sell Daniel Sturridge off. So Liverpool begin the season with the European Super Cup. Mohamed Salah has already scored a few goals this season. 3 goals. It counts. So the English Community Shield counts, I guess. No, it does. I know it does not. It's 3 goals, and they're coming from the World Cup qualifying sections as well as the World Cup. So, ah, I don't know where he's gotten these 2 goals from. But yeah, Liverpool doing all right. I'm happy, and the boys are gonna continue using this tactic this season. As you can tell, there are players that have been suspended. Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, they all been suspended for our next game, which is the first game of the season against Middlesbrough. We've got a pretty easy start to the season. Middlesbrough, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Swansea. Our first big test will be a double header. Manchester City and Arsenal back to back. Spurs away will also be a tough match. Chelsea, well, this will be a tough match too. But these 2 games come, pretty quickly, and I'm concerned because Man City are a good side. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kop Diaries. If you have any questions, please look me up on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. We are hoping to get Mr. Mo Salah to 70 goals this season. Can we do it? Do you have any ideas? Let me know what you think. You can always find me on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for their continued support of this channel. You make these kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. You guys take care, have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.